Hey, this is Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about school shootings. Just had another one this past week in Florida, Parkland, Florida. Thoughts and prayers out to all involved there. The last one before that was in Benton, Kentucky. And a lot of stuff going around on the Facebook and internet about these school shootings. So I thought I'd make a little video about it. And most of this video is going to pertain to the state that I live in, the state of Kentucky, because I'm going to talk to you about a program that I'm very passionate about. First off, gun control is not going to solve the problems of school shootings. Both shooters, the one in Parkland, Florida, the one in Kentucky, neither one of those teenagers legally was allowed to have that gun. So start off by saying that. Bad guys are going to be bad guys. They don't intend on following the laws. They're not going to follow the laws. So any type of gun control you want to put out there, that's not going to slow the shootings down at all. So with that out of the way, I want to talk about what can we do to stop the shootings in the schools, or at least make them minimal. I don't want anybody to ever get hurt, but you got to agree with me that if a shooting was happening in school, it was better to have one or two that might have lost their life than 17. Now again, I don't want those one or two to lose their life. And this program that I'm going to talk about probably would even prevent that. I don't agree that all teachers and all the staff in the school should be armed. Don't agree with that at all. All that would do is make the problem worse. If you've got an adult teacher armed in a school and they don't know anything about that gun, there's a better chance they would get that gun taken away from them by a student that does know how to use it and cause more shootings. But here's what the program that I'm talking about. It's called the P.O.S.T program, P.O.S.T. It's protecting our teachers and students. Former USCCA instructor Joe Khalil, he is a great guy, great instructor. He's an air marshal. He trains air marshals, and he's a great instructor. He knows what he's talking about. I'm going to give you a review. He come up with the program P.O.S.T, and I'm going to give you a review of what the P.O.S.T program is. And I do have a piece of paper that I'm going to be reading from because I couldn't remember all this. So, the review of school P.O.S.T program, protecting our students and teachers. It's a volunteer-only program with a goal of 5% participation in 1 in 20 school employees. Participants can be teachers, staff, administration, coaches, school nurses, guidance counselors, janitors, bus drivers. If you hold a position in a school, you can volunteer to participate in this program. A volunteer would fill out an application after reviewing the requirements. You have to be an employee of the school, have no criminal record, reviewing program training and requirements, and you must possess a concealed carry permit. And there's probably going to be some other factors that play into that selection process, but I'm just giving you a brief review of it. Volunteer would be interviewed by the sheriff, by a school board member or principal, or a designee of the program, an SRO that is assigned, or an SRO that is assigned to the school. A volunteer will receive a full background check. A volunteer would attend a 5 to 6 days of training, including classroom and range time, shooting approximately 1,000 rounds in this class. Cumulative and qualification course of fire. The design qualification course of fire is more comprehensive than those used by local law enforcement agencies. 1-day refresher course before school starts every year, which is great. Identities of participants would be kept confidential, except to law enforcement and dispatch. Also, a means of identification work would be issued to participants to be used only to identification to responding police that to arrive in an active shooter event. So these teachers would not be known to the students and possibly not even known to the other school staff who they are. They would have a badge they would identify in case of an event where police come into the school, and they would be known to police and dispatch, so that's good. A firearm would be carried concealed on the body at all times in an approved location with an approved holster. So the P.O.S.T program would have designated holsters that they could carry, and it would have designated locations that they could carry that firearm. Ammunition type would be predetermined and issued to the participants. So the P.O.S.T program is going to declare what ammunition can be used, and they would be issued that. No gun signs. This is a gun-free zone. All those signs would be removed and replaced with the signs that say we will use whatever force necessary to protect our students, which is great. A local sheriff, if local sheriff supports the program, provides the range, instructors, and range supplies, cost of the program would be minimal. I'm going to throw that out because if you come to my county and this program goes through in the state, I would volunteer my time free to instruct all the teachers that would want it, and I would even supply the range and everything. So you're not going to have trouble finding instructors to do this, I promise you. And this is not a take it or leave it program. If this program goes through, and it's in the court systems right now to be going through, if this program goes through, every school will have to abide to this program. Remember, this is called the P.O.S.T program, P.O.S.T. Please, if you live in the state of Kentucky, I'm going to give you a phone number, and I'll post that phone number in the link below. The phone number is 1-800-732-7181. Call and get this bill supported. You can also go to legiscan.com/kentucky/SR172/2018. I will also put that link below. But please, people, get behind this program. We need to get these school shootings stopped immediately. And I'm going to tell you, the gun control is not going to do it, period. It's going to take something like this program or this program to do that. And like I said, this instructor that come up with this program, he's a great guy. He knows his stuff. Like I said, he's an air marshal, been an air marshal for quite a while. He trains air marshals. Very good trainer, Joe Khalil. Also, April, and I don't know the dates right here. I'm at the range, so I'll post this in the link below also. In Louisville, Kentucky, the USCCA Expo is coming to Louisville in April. It's somewhere around the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's that weekend, but I'll post the dates below. Joe is going to be speaking all 3 days about this P.O.S.T program at that Expo. I invite you to come to that Expo. It only costs like $25 to get in all 3 days, even if you're not a USCCA member. And they're going to have, it'll be like a mini NRA show. It'll have a lot of exhibitors there. All your big gun manufacturers will be there with their guns out on display. So if you can get to Louisville that weekend, come by, get in one of Joe's seminars. He will go real in depth about this P.O.S.T program. Again, I just touched on the highlights of it, but we do need that in our schools. Going to do a second part of this video. I'm not going to put it all together because a lot of people might not be interested in it. But this is an AR-15, and I'm going to talk about the AR-15 and why you should not want to get these guns banned in my second part of the video. But please, let's do something about these school shootings and get them stopped. Like I said, if you could come out and listen to Joe talk about this P.O.S.T program, it would be great. He would go into a lot more detail than I could even get into it. And he's got a lot of instructors backing him up. A lot of our Kentucky instructors are ready to train with him on this P.O.S.T program to where we can get out and train it to teachers, principals, bus drivers, whatever. And like I said, I'm one that will do it at no cost because something needs to be done about it now. So this is Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors, reminding you to be safe and always be ready.